Hey guys, welcome to Overtakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Kel.
And this is going to be a quick roster update for Stage 3. We had some stuff happen in the last couple days. We want to get you guys up to date before we get into our picks today. So we're going to do a little short video with all the roster stuff. And let's get to it.
We've got quite a few things to go over today because there's a lot of transactions and stuff that we didn't really cover in our stage preview because a lot of them happened in the last day or two. And we just recorded that on Monday, so...
And we also wanted to let some stuff settle down and see where things went to before we, because there was a lot of non-concrete evidence of...
Yeah.
Basically, we were waiting for the two fucking idiot teams in the league to finish doing what they were doing.
Right. And then, you just kind of let the dust settle, figure out what's accurate, what's not, and whatnot. But
or let the shit go in the sewer with those two teams.
Right, no kidding.
Anyway.
But before we get to that, we do want to touch on the most cringeworthy thing I've seen yet as far as the Overwatch League and publicity and all that, and that is the Today Show interview with Jake and Raucus.
And
as Megan Kelly puts, Raucus. She really wants. I think she's got a thing for Raucus.
Yeah, I think Raucus. If I'm Raucus, I would be afraid right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his booty. I don't know.
He's got that big old dumper.
Anyway, the first thing is I didn't. The thing I didn't like about it was, first of all, she's an idiot.
Oh my god.
And doing video. Oh, you guys do the video games. You sound like a fucking 80-year-old.
Right.
And then talking to them like they're 6. They're fucking 20 to 25-year-old men, asshole.
Right. It's just a bunch of kids. Yeah, you know what? You know who else are kids? Fucking college athletes, but you would not talk to them like that.
Yeah.
And even some professional athletes, they're all around the same age. Why would you talk down to them like they're fucking small children because they play a video game professionally?
Yeah, you're not talking down to Aaron Judge because he's 20, are you?
Right.
No.
Exactly.
You're talking to him like he's a god professional athlete. These guys are god video game players. Her interview skills are awful. And you know what? Jake and Raucus were awesome because I thought, if I was Jake, I would have, there were a couple times where I would just, because he just gave her that, are you fucking serious look? I would have fucking punched her. I would have just got up and walked out and said, look, lady, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Mario Brothers was 30 fucking years ago. Get over it. Right. All right?
Games have come a very, very long way from when you were, I don't even know. Just the incredible ignorance that she had about this subject in general was just how are you a TV host? And this is not the only subject that she's like that. That's the worst part.
Yeah. She asked Jane Fonda 15 times about her plastic surgery, and she was just like, bitch, I ain't talking about that.
Right.
But, there's just other things. And, honestly, the saving part of that kind of was Mike Lupica.
Yeah. When
they talked to him, because, he's a renowned sports writer, if you guys aren't into sports. I grew up in the New York area, and he was Daily News and New York Post. He was a big writer there, and he was on ESPN. He had talk shows on the radio. He knows sports, and he was kind of look, this is legitimized because, they're trying to do, Houston versus Boston or New York and Boston. They're establishing city rivalries. They're making it a league. Because she flat out asked him, Mike, is this the NBA?
Yes.
It has a fucking logo and a name. The Overwatch League. Fucking... Oh.
Right. But yeah, it was just mind-blowing. But huge shout-out to Jake and Link and Raucus. Yeah. Because those guys handled it true professionals. He was, especially Jake, he was right on it. His responses to everything were just right on and exactly what they needed to be. And that is why he was chosen to be on that interview. Yeah, interview for sure. He's
a good face for the league as far as the way he speaks in public and the way he talks about the Overwatch League. He's excited. He knows what to say, when to say it. And honestly, minus her, it did provide a lot of good publicity for the league, and it did explain some things to idiots that watch the Today Show. Not that everyone's an idiot, but about esports.
Yeah,
and in general.
Yeah, just kind of showing that hey, this is actually kind of a legit thing, and getting more and more popular. And there's other leagues that have been around longer and all that, but this is, obviously we're quite partial to Overwatch League, but this is just a good stepping stone for to fully legitimize the sport. Yeah. But yeah, let's move on to some of the transactions that we had.
Yes. All right.
So the biggest one, and we did touch on this one a little bit because it was officialized over the weekend, and that's Custa getting traded to the Valiant for Unco. So Unco's going to Dallas. Custa's going to... So I think... It's probably a better move.
Unco's pretty decent too.
Unco's good, but I guess he's kind of toxic, so that's why they wanted to get rid of him.
So let's send him to Dallas.
No one really knew why Dallas wanted to trade Custa, because he was like probably the one consistent player on that entire team who always showed up and just always had like a very positive attitude and just very professional in everything that he's done so far. So like huge props to him for putting up with all that shit. And then I guess they did ask him straight up. Did you hear? They asked him straight up if he wanted to get traded, and he was like, yes.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it was his decision. Like, that kind of shows the level of dysfunction that's going on in Dallas. Is they're like, hey, we got offered a trade and you're involved. Do you want to get traded? Yes. So I guess it's a good thing for him.
I'm gonna stop by the shop downstairs and grab my jersey. Bye.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Valiant. All right. Shields up. Oh no, that's the other team. Never mind. Wings out. Whatever the fuck they say.
But yeah, I mean, not that the Valiant are much more of a. They're like.
But to be, he was probably like, oh, there. Okay. I guess I go there.
I'll take it.
You can't trade me to Shanghai?
Right.
I'll take Shanghai?
I'll take anything else.
But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like the really big move. And it's really not even that big because it's not going to really affect either of those teams in a very positive way. But the other one, another one, the LA Gladiators have traded for Silk Thread. I don't think they gave up anything. I think they just bought him out.
Yeah, I think it was a contract flip thing. Yeah. Kind of like what happened with Rascal.
Yep.
In Dallas. And then the bigger thing is they quietly picked up Void.
Yes.
Who has played with Fisher before. Mm-hmm. Not that Bishu's terrible, but if you can get someone that played with Fisher before and they're on a working level, and Void is really good.
And they have good chemistry already.
Yeah, because I watched some videos. I mean, he's a good tank player. Mm-hmm. That's going to be big for them. That bolsters their lineup a little bit more.
Right, and that. I don't feel like that's going to be the end of Bishu.
No, I don't
feel
either.
like it's more of a, hey, we just adding more quality players to our roster can never hurt. And I feel like that's the big thing for them.
Speaking on adding quality players on the roster, let's move to the Seoul Dynasty.
Seoul Dynasty have signed a player named Cox, K-O-X. But apparently he is
Dallas.
Right.
Anyway.
But no, with him, he.
Are we sure that's not Undead coming back? Sorry, I had to.
But I guess he's a Ana Zen specialist, so we could see he's kind of similar to Rouge Hong, basically. So like possibly a backup for Rouge Hong, possibly if they want to run Ana Zen at any point. That's your pairing right there.
Yeah.
You could flip back and forth of who you want to play who, and I think you'll be in good hands either way.
Yeah, and then when you need your Lucio play, you put Toby in. Or your Lucio Mercy kind of thing.
Right.
And then they added Gambler as well.
Yeah.
Who's another great player. They just filled their roster out. So now they're running with what London did before they got rid of a couple guys and they had the full 12-man rosters.
Yeah.
Or 2 6-man rosters. So your main roster, everybody knows what their main roster is. And your backup roster is pretty legit, too.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Guido now, because the Zen experiment with him didn't go as they planned. Mm-hmm. I think they're just putting him back into a regular flex.
Yeah.
Where he can play DPS or he can play off-tank.
Some DPS off-tank, yeah. So that's a big pickup for Seoul. I think they're looking to kind of do what they've been trying to do, but have not done very successfully. That's a big thing to watch out for them. Another kind of minor thing, Grim Reality is becoming a coach for the LA Valiant now.
Which I was assuming he was pretty much there anyway, because he didn't really get any face time at all. Like, they didn't even let him practice.
Yeah, I think he played in like one game, and it was like one map.
No, you know what? He played in the preseason, and that was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, he didn't really do much, so they basically just made his coaching role official.
Yeah.
In addition to the people that we've already talked about in Shanghai, they have, with Gaguri, Addo, Fearless, they've added Sky, who's I
hear he's a mediocre support.
Yeah.
Mediocre, not great, but backup.
Yeah.
Their supports are okay. You know, I saw some numbers. I believe it's Freefield.
Freefield, okay.
Freefield is like top 5. He might have been the top amount of healing. Granted, his tanks are a train wreck, so he's gonna
right.
fucking
He had
heal.
He had a lot of opportunity to heal.
It's like the Browns always having the best punter in the league.
Right.
You need a lot of shots at that. Anyway.
Yeah. But in addition to those 4, they've also signed Damon, who's a DPS who will most likely apparently be starting over Dia. We're not really sure if Dia is back, but it seems like he might be. But Damon is a Korean player. So with their largely Korean lineup, it kind of makes a little more sense for them to be playing him.
And if you look tonight, they could pretty much go all Korean except for the supports.
The supports, yeah.
Because you could have Gagori, Fearless, Addo, Damon, and then Roshan and Shusha, or whatever his name is, Zushu, or...
Yeah. And then you won't have to see MG.
Yeah.
So I think
unless you need Roadhog, man.
Right.
That dude is a fucking killer Roadhog.
Yeah, he is a really good Roadhog. But yeah, that's so
Same,
yeah.
huh?
Watch out and see if Dia comes back. We'll see what's going on with that. The next one is all the different players that the San Francisco Shock have added. Super will be coming in because he just turned 18. Architect is somebody else that they've added, and then Choi Hyo Bin. I don't know if I pronounced that. I probably butchered it.
Yeah, I tried the same thing, and I was like, Choi Hyo Bin, yeah.
That's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me, but
anyway,
I'm sure I completely butchered it. But yeah, that's a couple of decent pickups for San Francisco.
Yeah.
Architect is a really good DPS player. Super is supposed to be excellent. I think he's another...
He's an off-tank.
He's an off-tank, okay.
Off-tank flex.
Yeah.
So you might see him... one of those guys, I believe they're saying, one of the new 3 guys is probably going to be in for Nevix.
Yes.
Nevix is okay. He's not horrible. But just, I know Super is allegedly better than him. I've seen a little bit from, like, his stream. A couple people posted some stuff. He looked decent. It's hard to pick up from a stream because you don't have that good camera angles and all that stuff.
Right. Well, also, isn't, I think they said...
Choi Hyo Bin is
a main tank, so we might see...
instead of Nomi.
Yeah.
So you might see a whole new tank lineup out there for San Francisco, and they play tonight, too. So we'll see what happens.
Honestly, it might be for the best for them because they never had the best tank play.
No.
I mean, Nevix and Nomi did an adequate job, but it was never, wow.
It was never like one of those things where, like, when way back in the day in Stage 1 when you were going, wow, Fate and Envy are awesome.
Right. Or when Fissure came in for the Gladiators and just completely turned them around as a team.
Yeah.
So look out for San Francisco. I think that's actually going to be some pretty huge additions for them. And then with the addition of, with how Dante has been playing, with how Sinatra's been playing, Moth has been an excellent pickup for them. So watch out for this team. They might be what the Fusion were in the last stage.
Yeah. And you know, Moth
or at least the Gladiators.
Yeah, Moth is was probably one of the most underrated pickups.
Yes,
I think. At least the way he played in the last few weeks there, he looked great to me. I mean, he moved Dante out. And Dante's a decent, Lucio and a support player.
Not Dante.
Or, Dak.
Yeah.
I always fucking do that.
But
Dante,
I think
Dak.
But I think that's almost a little more confirmation that Dak is going to be a player coach type of thing. He's going to end up being kind of that. I would not be surprised if he doesn't really play at all in this stage, and then by the end they're like, okay, yeah, he's a player. He's a coach now.
He's a kind of a good on the field. He's like on the stage coach anyway with them.
But he's always had, just at least in the league so far, he's had issues with just mechanics and his placement and all that has been
not the best,
less than stellar. So yeah, that's San Francisco. Then with London, we have Tizzy, who is a tank player. I think he's a main tank.
Yeah, I think he's he's part of that double roster thing.
Yeah, basically going to be the opposite of Gesture.
Yeah, basically he's taking Fisher's spot.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's not going to fill in for Huyal or Fury.
Similar names. It's frustrating at times.
They pick weird adverbs and verbs and stuff out of the dictionary.
Yeah.
Fury. I mean, Fury's a cool name, though. I'm not
Fury's
anyway.
a good one. But yeah, Huyal.
I don't know. That just reminds me of hillbilly shit.
Right. Woo y'all. Yeah. Woo y'all.
It sounds like a really bad fucking rap song. Woo y'all, like from the early 90s. Woo y'all. Something that fucking Naughty by Nature did.
So a couple other little additions. Houston added Arhan, who is he's
a tracer
player.
Not sure. We're not sure on his skill level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I hear he's decent. I don't know. Like, there's some of these Korean players we're not as invested into the Korean scene as probably maybe we should be.
Yeah, but from from the little bit that we've heard of him, he seems like he's going to be pretty decent and should be better than anybody else on their roster at Tracer. So if he can even be mediocre, that could be a huge boost for Houston.
Yeah.
Just to finally have a competent Tracer player. And then the last but not least is, or probably might be the least because I think he's kind of roster fill, and that's NYXL have added Anamo.
Anamo, yeah. So I'm assuming they're just going for they're trying to get up to the 12. I think everybody's kind of trying just to fill into the 12.
Yeah.
In a way.
He's a support player. I don't care how good he is, because he's not as good as Jonak or Arc. So
yeah.
I feel like if we see him, it's going to be when they're playing Shanghai, Dallas. He's going to be their
fill-in guy.
Yeah, they're fill-in, like, hey, we need to give Arc a rest, or Jonak or whatever. Yeah,
because remember, Arc it might have been like not a scared thing, but Arc did hurt his wrist at the beginning of stage 2, and they were scrambling. They had Janice playing, and I think they had Meko playing.
Yeah, so mostly just kind of like a security thing, and then probably just for scrims and stuff like that,
and scouting and all that kind of stuff. So that is all of the transactions in the last couple of days since we last talked to you guys. And that's going to wrap it up for this quick one. Don't forget to check us out. We'll have our picks up for the week. We got some other stuff going on with that. Don't forget to sign up for our Discord channel, where we're going to be doing some watch parties and some other things on there. Hit a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So we will talk to you on the next one.
Later.